Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're a first-time viewer. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you. And please like and comment on this video. I'm sorry this is up late, but my phone, I actually use my phone to record videos. So my phone was acting up, and that's why I couldn't do it until now. So anyway, this is the recap, the review for Real Housewives of New Jersey, Season 7. I know, 7 seasons of this. Episode 3, Leopard is the New Black. The episode starts off with everyone trying to get their kids off to school. And the interesting thing to note about that is, of course, Melissa is feeling overwhelmed because Joe isn't there to help her, and she's trying to get the kids ready, but she also needs to get to work. So that's her dilemma. Teresa's dilemma is she has a very big house, a very large driveway, and walkway to the driveway, and as a result, she actually can't even leave her house to go and walk her kids to the school bus. So what she has to do is, and the dog got out, so she has to call for Joe to get the dog. Thankfully, the dog, is well trained, so it came right back anyway. But still, it's interesting that she's on that type of house arrest. But then again, she just got out of jail, so maybe that's why. And Jacqueline, all night, she was just, poor Chris. Chris was probably looking at her like, damn, this mad woman, this crazy woman that I love so much. Jacqueline was contemplating, is she going to go and meet up with Teresa? Teresa didn't invite her or anything, but Jacqueline took it upon herself. She thought, you know what? At first, trying to let bygones be bygones, first we need to talk about the situation at hand. So Jacqueline goes, she's like, screw it, I'm just going to pop up. Now, Teresa was talking with Joe about letters that she was getting, and the interesting thing is that now Teresa has to be proactive regarding her finances. Before, she would let Joe just handle stuff and sign on the dotted line. And then she went and said, oh, well, I let him do that, and then I got in trouble because of it. We got in trouble because of it. And she was saying, a little trouble. And then she was like, oh, no, screw it, I went to jail. A lot of trouble. She didn't say jail because she's saying camp. She went away to camp. Now, Jacqueline has coffee, so at least she brought a gift. But Teresa was just saying hinting at, how the hell did this chick do pop-ups on me? Because we're all thinking, look, it's all well and good that you love me and you want to mend fences, but could you give me a warning next time? Because it is pretty messed up. It's pretty messed up that Jacqueline just popped by. But I figured, I guess in her mind, no time was better than the present. So Teresa, she's listening in on what Jacqueline has to say. Joe is shocked that Jackie's there. He's just like, oh, haven't seen you in a moment. So, and remember, they used to be, what is it, Lucy and Ethel. So it was hard to see them go from Lucy and Ethel to not talking at all, to really starting to feud with each other. And Teresa was just like, I just don't want to really drudge up the past. I understand that I made mistakes. And she was just like, yeah, so do I. And so they decided to let bygones be bygones and that they're going to try to be friends again. And that was really nice. It was nice to see them two on the same accord because we haven't seen that in a while. And of course, Jacqueline was thrilled and even Teresa was thrilled. What we have to realize is that Jacqueline and Teresa, they have two different personalities and way of handling conflict and even bringing up conflict. Teresa likes to pretend like nothing's wrong. Jacqueline likes to bring up everything and put it out there on the table. And so when you have someone like that, they really can't deal with someone who loves to just pretend like nothing's really wrong, and even if something is wrong, we're just gonna go and let bygones be bygones instead of talking it out. So that was their main issue. But we'll see how long this whole friendship goody-goody thing lasts. Oh yeah, and Teresa decided, since Jacqueline is a sexual deviant, she told Jacqueline about the story about while she was away, at camp, this camp thing, away at camp, how the inmates used to create homemade sex toys. They would take, let's pretend this is a toothbrush, 2 maxi pads around the toothbrush, the glove over the toothbrush, and now they have a sex toy. I'm like, damn, is it that bad? Is it that? I guess so. I guess so. Now, Melissa is at her boutique, and her investor is there as well. The investor, even though she seemed like she was going to be more so of a silent partner, she's very eccentric, and she wants to have more input than Melissa really wants her to have regarding the clothing. And she's like, yes, I agree with you. the sizing needs to be, we need to carry pretty much all sizes. But this material and this look, no, it's dated. And of course, originally the investor, she was put off by it. And then she came back and realized, you know, we're supposed to be a team. We're supposed to be working together. And I probably overstepped. She's just like, it's okay, but you can't be yelling at me like that. I have a feeling she's going to be yelling at you like that. And Melissa has a personal shopper. I forgot, personal designer for her store. He goes and picks out stuff. I forgot what they're called, but there's that. Now we're going with Siggy. Siggy goes to Dolores' house because remember, Dolores is back in her original house that she lived in with her first husband, and well, technically her first and only husband. And Siggy's looking at it and saying how, wait a minute, how? I appreciate the fact that your house isn't cluttered because that's a lot of people's problem, but there's nothing in it at all. This house is void of personality and warmth, and I know that's not you. So if you're saying that this is going to be your new abode, then we're going to have to do something about it. Now, this is the same day that Jacqueline saw Teresa, so she goes over there, and Jacqueline's pretty blotchy because she probably had a moment. She might have been even crying in the car or whatever. You know, she got emotional and teary-eyed at Teresa's place, and it was just like, you know, I went to go see Teresa. It was like, you did? How, Sway? How? And, because remember, Dolores, Teresa, what is it, Diana? And Jacqueline, they all used to run in the same circle. But, Dolores was just like, and how did it go? We're working on our friendship. We're working on mending and building a friendship again. And everyone's thrilled. And of course, Siggy's thrilled because it's like, I'm in this group now and I don't want no drama. That's not what she said, but I know that's what she was thinking. It's like, I don't want any drama. If these people were really friends, then at some point they do need to come together. And they did. So, shout out to them for that. Now, Melissa comes over to Teresa's house for no other reason than to try and get Teresa to talk to Joe. Melissa needs help at the house. She needs help, and Joe is saying, no, it needs to be you who's at the house doing the stuff with the kids. And Teresa just said, honestly, Melissa, I would love to help you, but I know my brother, and I know that he's the type to... He married you and told you you didn't need to work anymore and didn't want you to work anymore because he wanted you to be that loving, doting housewife. Now, that's what he's going to continue to want from you, so I can't go and tell him any different. Dolores has a family night, and she has her ex-husband there. Her ex-husband, of course, and the rest of her kids, all of them, they're good. They are actually great. And they understand why their parents aren't together. And they, I mean, to the point where they're even joking about it. I mean, he was trying to say, well, you know, there was this and there was that. That was the reason. It's just like, no, because you couldn't keep in your pants in regards to other women. And they're all laughing because they know it's true. It's just like, he says, so do you guys think that I should have, would you guys want me moving back in here? They said, yeah, I think that you two made a very great conscious decision to separate and live in separate houses and not be together. I think that's the best route for the family. I was like, look at this mature family. Look at this mature family. Shout out to Dolores and her family. Now Siggy, shout out to her family too, because she has that new husband. I don't know if he's new or why did I say new? Well, she has that really rich husband. She has the great kids. We don't really see them yet, but I'm sure we will. And Siggy is going to meet up with Teresa because she has to go and, oh yeah, and Siggy, of course, she's Jewish, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And she actually was born in Istanbul in a bomb shelter. And, you know, she does a lot. But one of the things that she does is, I think she has a radio show or a podcast, something of that nature. She doesn't need to work. She's doing this because she loves to do it, type of thing. And Teresa is going to meet up with her because Siggy is the main person who's actually in charge of creating Dolores's party. Teresa, as we know, because she has time restrictions, among other things, she couldn't have been as involved. And it looks great. It looks great for what Siggy did with the whole leopard and red theme. It looks really nice. Dolores is probably going to love it. Shout out to Dolores' mother, because she is, what was it, mother? No, her grandmother. Because she is a hoot. She is 100 the family over, including her brother, her parents, grandparents, all of that. And even her husband, was her husband there? No, her husband wasn't there. But the thing is, people still see, her family still sees her as being married to her husband. Because of course in their culture, it's almost more so celebrated if she were to go to jail than to, than to get divorced. And her husband lives right down the street, so there is that. I know, we're waiting for the drama. I know, this is sad, because this is positive. We're just like, okay, this is nice, this is cool, everyone's getting along, but when is the BS going to start? Because we know these ladies have it in them. Dolores looks great. Of course, it's her birthday, but Dolores looks really great. She looks ready to have some fun. And like I said, originally, I forgot to mention, Teresa opened up to Siggy, because originally, when she was around Siggy, she seemed a little apprehensive because she's a new person, and Siggy has a very big personality, and if you don't realize that that's actually just her, it's genuine and it's positive, there's nothing negative or malicious behind it with what she says or does, then you're going to be a little bit apprehensive. But as soon as Teresa realized, okay, this is really just her, she's cool, then she opened up a lot more. Now, it's time for the party, and everyone looks great, but guess who pops up? Well, not who pops up. Kathy and Rosie. Kathy and Rosie are there, and of course, Teresa gives them a hug because they're still family, regardless of the fact that they had a falling out of sorts. Rosie's really confused because she's treating me like a leopard, which is odd because I didn't do anything to her. We never had an argument or disagreement. We know how Teresa can get sometimes, especially when it's like, okay, if I mess with her, let's say Kathy, or had the disagreement with Kathy or Rich, then I pretty much had the disagreement with the whole side of the family. But now it's time for impromptu sketches. And I don't remember the first sketch, but I do remember the second one. Teresa, again, at camp, at school, at camp, he's saying how there were these two girls, and I woke up one night, and I smelled fish. I was like, I smelled bad fish. I'm like, I already knew. Fish and... There's supposed to be a general smell because there's moisture down there, but not bad fish. So they were like, what? And it was the two girls having sex, and they were like, oh, so did you do anything? She said, no, of course I didn't. I was more so, I let them rub my shoulders, rub my back, but that's pretty much it. Do we believe Teresa? I honestly do. I do believe Teresa. I know some people are like, oh, no, no, not everyone's like that. Not everyone's the type to where if they get the chance to, they're going to go and experiment to do all that. Stop it now. Stop being silly. And everyone's having a good time. Jacqueline, of course, is like glad that we're slowly mending bridges. And Teresa was just saying how she doesn't have a choice of getting along with Melissa. It's just like, wait, what? Excuse me? It's like, yeah, because you're family. So, of course not. It would have had to happen anyway. It's like, okay, yeah, that's true. That's true. And the girls leave. And Melissa drunk is a hoot. A true hoot. Please like, comment, subscribe. I know, we're still waiting on the drama. Trust me, we'll get through this. We will get